and hit record. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Cassey Howard, and I am an Emerald Ambassador, and I am just so proud of the journey that I have been on. I suffered with a lot of endometriosis, PCOS, andionosis, just a lot of things that started on this path for the products. Did not want this business. I mean, raise your hand, who did not want this business, right? Like, can guarantee there's probably 2 pages of people that did not start for the business, and I did not. And I just went, I had a friend gift me the products because we were suffering financially. I was suffering physically, all the things. Went to Super Saturday is something I hugely advocate for, because if it wasn't for that intimate moment of community that I needed, I just went for a girls' weekend. That's all I wanted. I didn't want anything to do with plexus. I wasn't going to be the girl that wears plexus everywhere, all the things. And I left inspired. I left so inspired, seeing all the people and what they could make. What I used to do is I used to hand paint signs, and that was my business. I hand painted signs for a really long time. I was a graphic designer. I worked at a design firm, so I freelanced as well. And it got overpowering. I wasn't enjoying painting anymore. And a lot of people know that when you love something so much, and then you just it just takes everything out of you. And I wasn't enjoying painting anymore, and I didn't want that to continue. So when plexus came in, I started feeling better, and I just kind of like with Hannah, and some of my other teammates, you just start sharing authentically, because that's what we do. We share when we find a really cool sweater or whatever. And it just started that way, but Super Saturday sparked it for me. So hands down, I don't know a lot of you people, but if you have an opportunity to even have a small group of people close by, do that. Share with them the opportunity of what this business could mean for community, because really in this day and age, we need community more than ever. So there's a little bit snippet. And Wesleigh, I would love to hear a little bit about your story too for my team.
In my lap. So my name is Wesleigh. I am a Diamond Ambassador. Still not used to saying that. I am a pharmacist by trade, but only work about once a month now, just to kind of help them out. And I started just because I wanted to be able to eat normally again, because I had abdominal pain and I wanted more energy to keep up with my kids. Just like Cassey, I had zero intention of ever telling anyone ever that I was doing this. My ego was getting in the way a lot. But once I felt better, I felt convicted to share, and it's led to this. So it's pretty stinking awesome. And I am so happy to be here tonight and to see all these beautiful faces.
Same. I love seeing so many people pop on tonight. Okay, so first, my team knows this. I really like to start us off with prayer. It's something that I feel like we need to do more of. So I'm going to start us off in prayer. We're going to start this awesome team call with just some good vibes and good wins and things like that. And we're going to dive in and dive deep. So I hope you have a pen and paper. I hope that you're going to take notes, because you're going to want to. And then we're going to leave you empowered. So make sure that you stay every single moment of this call, because we have something at the end. Okay, so we're going to start off in prayer. Dear God, thank you so much for all these beautiful people that are on this call tonight. I hope that this call empowers them. I hope that it builds them up in a way that they need built up for you, Lord, and for your journey and what this is for them. Thank you, Lord, for all that you do and all the connections that you provide for us in this wonderful community of one plexus environment that you give to us. I just thank you for that. And thank you for Wesleigh and all the other people that I've met in this community. And thank you for tonight. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, Wesleigh, do you want to start it off for us, girl?
I do. Okay. So Cassey and I were talking about doing a team call together, and it just so happened that both of our team calls are on the same night. So we're like, we're going to pair up and just do this together. And I'm so excited about it. And we really just talked about going back to the basics, and how right now we are in a super uncertain time, right? Our nation, our world, it's just uncertain, and we can't control that. But what we can do is be certain about why we're here. We can be certain about, why we're doing this, why we continue to choose to do this every single day. And a huge part of that is, first of all, belief. So belief in this company, belief in these products. You all, I'm sure, have an amazing health testimony. If you don't, you will. And so we know that these products are amazing, right? We have the belief in the products. We also have to have belief in this opportunity. Those of you that were on early, we talked a little bit with Hannah about that. She talked about her kind of struggle with sharing the business and how it doesn't feel quite natural for her yet. And she shared a win that she had shared the business. And her and I talked about how a lot of us have, well, first of all, like we said, started out just for the health benefits, right? We started out for the products, no intention of working the business. And then when we started working the business, we started just sharing the products because that's what we did. That when we started, that was our focus. It's easy for us to focus on that because we know the products change lives. But most of us on this call have had this business impact our lives to some extent. Hannah talked about how it pays for their products and then some. It relieves financial stress on her family. Cassey is Emerald, so she's bringing in 6 figures. That's got to make an impact, right? I mean, I'm sure she was super talented with her hand painted signs, and I don't know how much she was making there. I'm guessing she's making more now. I was a pharmacist. I was making good money. I'm making more now than I was then. And it's allowed me to stay home with my kids. It's allowed me to be present, not only for the things that I expected, like, class parties and field trips and, games and those things. That was what was important to me, but things that I didn't expect as well. So with what's going on in the world right now, I didn't know that my kids would be home from March to May. Well, really March until September, right, from school. And then again for a couple of months this fall or winter. I didn't know that was going to happen, but I believe God did. And that's why this opportunity is here. And I say all that to say, we should feel just as confident. We get to feel just as confident with sharing this business as we do with sharing these products, because I can tell you guys, these products changed my world, but this business probably changed my life even more. Another example, guys, a huge reason why that drove me in the beginning, and we'll talk about whys in just a second. A huge why that drove me in the beginning was to be there for sick loved ones, right? So those of you on my team know that I lost my grandpa, and then 2 months later, I lost my dad. I was super close with both of them, and I was not there for them in the end. And that became a driving force for me. I wanted to be able to be there if I had, a friend or family member that needed me. And this last week, I got to be there for my brother. And I'm not going to go to details about him. He is okay now. He's home and he's healthy, and everything turned out okay, but it was scary there for a while. And I got to drop everything and be there. And having that flexibility is something that, like I said, drove me in the beginning. It was something that I never ever thought that I would have, and I have it now. So we get to be super, super bold about sharing this business because it has blessed us. It's blessed me just as much, if not more, than the products have. So now, belief was the first thing that we talked about. Second, you guys, the other thing that helps us be certain about why we're here, right, is really having clarity around our why. And if we don't have that clarity, it's easy to get caught up in all the other stuff that's going on with life, with the world, with the pandemic, with everything that's going on. It's so easy to get caught up in that and lose focus of our business, right? To put our business on the side burner and just focus on all the other things we can't even control, right? That are just going to cause anxiousness. So when we get that clarity around our why, when we really focus on our why, and guys, I know this is stuff you've heard before because the why is like the foundation, right? We've talked about the why so many times, but I think right now in this time, it is more important than ever that we have that driving force, that we're super clear about what is keeping us moving forward, what is keeping us focused on our business and our goals in this time. So our why, you guys, when you are clear about it, when you dig deep, when you, they say your why should make you cry. When your why is so strong that it makes you cry, that it makes you emotional, that it it'll give you that motivation to keep going every day, to wake up every day and share these products and share this business and check in on your team and, all the things. So we're gonna do an exercise here in just a second, but I want you guys, the reason we're having you do this, and this is Cassie's idea, but the reason we are having you guys do this is because your why is going to change over time. And maybe when you first got started, you wrote down something, or maybe you didn't even really think about it, or maybe you did, and you came up with this great why. And then it's been months or years or whatever since you've looked at it and decided whether or not it's still serving you, whether or not it's still motivating you, whether or not it's still that driving force for you. And that's what happened to me. If you've heard me talk about my why before, that's what happened to me. I stalled in my business because I hit my why, which was to be home with my kids, to be there for all the things. I hit that, and then I didn't reevaluate. I didn't take time to redefine it, to figure out what was going to keep me going after that. I just kind of like sat back because I was where I wanted to be. I was like content and didn't have the drive to move me forward. So I want to open this up, and I would love for as many of you that feel comfortable to unmute and give us just like a short 1 minute or less, just super short version of your why. And there's multiple reasons why we're doing this. One, because we want you to really think about it. And maybe you won't know what it is by the end of this call, but at least it gets it into your mind so that you can think about it later. And two, because hearing other people's why, guys, this fuels my fire. This fuels my passion. This fuels my belief. And remember, belief is the other thing that's so important in this business. So I love to hear this. And so I can't wait to hear. So whoever wants to unmute, don't be shy, and let us know. What is your why? Why are you doing this? Why are you working this business? Why do you share about these products and this company and this opportunity?
And Wesleigh,
Dawn.
Okay, go for it.
Sorry. Overall, like I started because I had severe postpartum, and so I started for myself, and then I thought I was doing it for my kids and my family. But then as I went to Align and dove deeper, it was so much bigger than just, oh, I'm doing it to help my family. Like it brought me back to like my childhood when I would ask for something and we couldn't afford it, or, just there was always this reasoning why I couldn't do all the things I wanted to do or have some of the fancy things that other kids had. And I don't want that for my kids. I want to be able to put them into all of the activities that they want and, not get the Walmart basketball shoes, you know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to provide a bigger life for my children.
Love.
And I also want to be debt free in 2021. So I'm going to be extra selfish and put that in the front.
That's so good, Tiffany.
So mine is a little bit like Tiffany. And it's actually really funny because my son was listening to this and he goes, Mom, so what is your why? And I said that I want you guys to be able to dream big, like I did not get to do when I was little. I was told that, there were things that we couldn't do. There were things I would never turn into. And I don't want that for my kids. I want my kids to have a better life than what I had. I want them to dream big, and I want them to be okay with dreaming big. I also never thought it was going to be in the cards for us to own our own house. And now we're knocking on the door of being able to build our dream house because of Plexus. My kids get to do things that we could never afford before Plexus. My daughter is actually a damn good gymnast, you guys, and we would have never known that if it weren't for Plexus. So, yeah, I had to piggyback on Tiffany's because I felt the same way. So.
Y'all are gonna get me teary-eyed. So I think my dream has always been like the same, you know, we always want better for our kids. I'm tired of telling them like, no, we can't do that because I can't afford it. Like, if that's my only reason, I can't let that be my only reason for them to not be able to experience and do things. But I know a lot of, you know, like over this last year with Ezra, we have like so much going on with him. I can't even imagine him being in someone else's care at this point. I know like one day the time will come when I have to just let go and step away from myself. But even earlier today, I was just talking to like one of his therapists because right now they have a program like stuff going on thanks to COVID. I mean, as much as we hate it, the one good thing is they're allowing me to be my son's own caregiver and be paid for it temporarily. That's going to end. I'm not picturing like, I can't picture someone else coming. I mean, yes, if I need help, I can't picture someone else coming in my house and taking care of my child and me standing over there like supposed to be getting a break and being like, no, don't do that. Wait, I got this. Like, I can't imagine that. So why even like stress about it and worry about like, okay, well, you need to go back to work. No, that's not happening. I can't do it. I mean, I could, but I can't. So that's like one of my big things right now anyways, with why I want to succeed and do better. And obviously just for our whole family, but that's a really big reason at the moment.
Okay, I'll go ahead and say mine because I know Cassie's gonna make me. And I also want to say that I really need to revisit this and find some other driving forces, because right now this just feels so like way too big and too far out there that it's not motivating me like it should. But one of the dreams that I have for this business is to be able to open my own nonprofit skilled nursing facility and hospice house for the elderly, because that's the industry that I work in. I'm a speech pathologist. I work in skilled nursing, and it's just so corrupt and not doing the right thing for our most vulnerable, fragile, frail population. And I want to be able to fund that and have people be cared for at the end of their life in the way that we need to care for people. And you can't do that in a for-profit setting. It just doesn't happen. And I want to be able to hire the best people and, have the best staff and pay them really well so they love coming to work. And that's another, really big problem in the medical industry is that, you can make more working at McDonald's than you can being a nurse aide. And we need those people to be there for their heart and not to be worried about being able to pay their bills while they're caring for the elderly and the sick. So anyways, that is a big part of my why. But I also need this call because I need to find something that feels a little bit more like close and doable and tangible, because that just feels like so big that it's hard to stay motivated. Does that make sense? Like when your why is like too big?
Yeah, so I would say keep that huge goal, that huge dream, and then just, find your next step. So we'll have a little bit of like homework at the end. And so stay tuned for that.
My team should know there's homework. Anyway, okay, Leslie had her hand up. Go for it, girl.
Yes. Hey, I don't know. I hardly know anybody on this call, but Tiffany is my daughter. And I first joined for her. That was my why. I was trying to support her. And then I started having health issues and thought, well, shoot, I'm getting this stuff shipped to me every month. Maybe I should start taking it, so fast forward, what, 3.5 years, something like that. And 2020 was probably the worst year of my life. 4 hospital stays, surgeries, cancer. It was pretty tough. And I fell off of my business in September, October, and I just haven't been able to start again. I know my why is there because I do want to do something that I feel helps my friends and family. And I know it works because, it's probably saved my life this last year. But I just can't. I don't know what it is. I just can't get past the getting past. I'm in my own way. I know I am. And it's depressing. I see the notes going out and the team calls and all this, and I'm like, I should be there. I should be a part of this. I've got to get motivated. But then, back here, all this other chatter is going on, and I want to do better. I just kind of had a need to take care of myself for a while, and hopefully I can get my why going again. I might be down to 3 people. And for a while there, I was, I'm supposed to be gold or whatever that, so obviously I've lost a lot of my people that trusted me to help them, and I didn't. So, my why is, Tiffany's got her hand up. Go ahead.
So I'm just going to stop you right there because you were falling back into your negative mindset. You are here tonight for a reason. Today is a new day, and it's a new day moving forward. So you were brought here to build a bigger community than the community we have on our team. So you're going to make connections tonight, and just know that you made the decision to be on this call, and you can make the decision to do something again tomorrow. It's one day at a time. It took everything for me to leave the dinner table tonight to be on this call because now I'm earlier. It's hard for me to be here. So it's hard for me to be on these calls right now. But there's a reason you're here because there's something bigger out there for you. You can't let the demons in your head steer you away. Shoo them away and move on.
Agree. And I think the biggest thing is you had a lot happen in 2020. And I can think a lot of us can attest to that. And our thing is same with you. Like you have to give yourself grace and know that things happen and you've got to let it go. Like that happened yesterday. Today you're here tonight. Today you're moving forward. And that's the home we're going to give later is like finding something to help you be motivated to keep wanting to show up every single day, even when you don't want to. And that's that tangible why on like why you're doing it, not just for your daughter. Why do you want to do this? And so really diving into that. And I can guarantee probably a lot of people here loved your vulnerability tonight because a lot of us have been in those places. We have been in funks. We have been in where like, how are we going to get that roller coaster back up? Like we have all been there. And so I appreciate your vulnerability and sharing that with everybody because that's hard. But we're here for you. We're family. Like that's the one beauty about our One Plexus family is that we're going to be here for you. We're going to help you every step of the way. We just got to get like, we're moving forward and you've got this.
Thank you guys.
We love you.
Love you too.
And read the chat. There was lots of love in the chat, so read that.
Okay, I should have gone first so that I'm already emotional, I should have gone before I got emotional. Okay. My why when I started was for my kids and so that I could leave my job that ended up being 12 years in a career that I absolutely was miserable in. My business grew enough that I was able to take a little bit of a pay cut and be done this last March. And so the big part of what my why was when I started this business 4 years ago came to fruition. So I have spent 2020 literally monthly, weekly, daily rebuilding what it looks like for me. And for me now, I have 2 kids graduated high school and I've got one graduates in May and I have another one that graduates next year. So like I've gone from my kids needing me every day to them not needing me every day. And so I'm on the other side of that where I'm trying to figure out who I am without being at the beck and call of 5 children every day. And so my why now is kind of developing into something else where I'm kind of recreating who I am because I've been a mom since I was 20. And, you know, I grew up with my children. So I don't have it all figured out yet. It is literally a daily thing that I look at because it's a whole new world to me at this point. So
So I am currently working my second job at 52 years old. I would prefer not to have 2 jobs. Sorry, I got kind of close. So my why is to be able to maybe work 1 job and definitely spend more time with the ones that I love and my horses. My dream would be to just spend time with my horses and ride and be able to do Plexus and not have to worry financially. So that's my why.
This call, y'all.
And you guys, can I just say that I did not catch the name of who just was on, but you guys, she is working right now. She is at her job and she has decided to show up tonight to lean in and do this. That is amazing. And girl, you need to pat yourself on the back because that is amazing. And I am so proud of you.
Agree. Oh my goodness. Look at her, like putting it off the side. She is making this priority to be on there on her second job, y'all. Like that's huge.
I am Roxanne Lewis from Whitewood, South Dakota. I'm under Angie and Janine. Sorry, I should have said that before.
Okay, Roxanne, I changed your name from Alexi, your Galaxy, whatever phone you've got, to Roxanne.
Not very phone
Roxanne,
techy.
I am in Spearfish, so girl, like we can connect.
Yeah, so I work at Looters extra and at BH.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
yeah.
Oh, I go to Looters often, so I'm sure I've seen you.
Well, yeah, you look familiar to me.
Yep.
I think you were just in last week.
Amen. I was.
Love it. Okay, who wants to go next?
I can go next, but I don't have my video on because I'm driving. So if I turn it on, I can turn it on, but it's dark in my car.
You're okay.
So I don't think you're going to see me. So I'm Amanda Thompson under Brooke Knitz, and I'm kind of a little opposite of some that just spoke. I've been doing Plexus for 4 years, and I have a really fantastic job like Wesleigh. I get paid very well. And I didn't start Plexus for the business. I definitely started for the products, and they changed my life. I almost had to quit my job because I had got severe gut issues and bathroom issues. So anyhow, and my why is I'd like to not be driving at, what is it, 9:30 at night, trying to get to my next destination. And I love my job. I really, really do. But I have 2 in college, 1 in high school. We are debt free. So it's not really about the money. It's about the freedom for me. I would love, by the time my kids have kids, that I could be home with, I don't want to be a full-time grandma, but I want to be available and to be able to travel for fun and not for work. So I'm a road warrior, driving all over. So that's my why.
Thank you, Amanda. Anybody else want to share?
I'll go. It's Marissa. I started Plexus really to get healthy and lose some weight. I just started at the end of August, so I'm fairly new to this, but I really just started discovering my why this last weekend. Actually, is probably the first time I spoke it aloud. And really it's because I want more for my daughter. And what I really talked about was I want some financial freedom, and I want to be able to not tell her, no, you can't have that because we don't have the money for it right now. And it broke my heart during the holidays when I would tell her we don't have money. And she's like, oh yeah, that's right. We have a credit card. And I don't want that either. And so that's really my why.
So powerful. And I think a lot of us can attest to that, like not having to tell our kids no. I mean, trust me, we need to at times, but the times when we don't want to, Who would like to go next? Wesleigh, I'm going to be casting.
Got a few more seconds to speak up.
I know. I'm about to call on my team. I'm going to call on my team. If my team don't speak up, I'm going to pull it out of you. I love you. Come on. Patricia, I knew it. Go for it, girl.
Okay, so my why has changed. It started out as just I wanted just to lose the weight. I wasn't looking to make the extra money. And then I fell in love with the products, and I started just sharing and and I really didn't know why. And then I started thinking about it, and I thought it was just because, I work full time. I have a full time job. My husband works full time. We both, work for the school district. But just living from paycheck to paycheck, it's just for all of our income just to go straight to bills and not have that extra. And having this business has actually been like a cushion for us to stretch out the, going from paycheck to paycheck. It's paid for repairs for my husband that on his truck. His truck broke down one time. Plexus was able to pay for truck parts that we wouldn't have been able to do on, regularly had I not had this. And basically, I think now as I think about it more and more, I love having that flexibility to be able to donate more than anything, be able to give, because I hate not being able to give. And then having people, getting their feedback and how hearing them, how they feel on our products and having them feel like they feel good. I love hearing their results. I love that. And more I think the community, I need the community. I need that for me. And I think other than that, I wouldn't have had that had Plexus not come into my life. So my why, unselfish, it's for me, but also my house is old, it's falling apart, and I need new things for this house now. It's we need a new door, we need a new refrigerator, I need a new stove, I need a new microwave. Where our patio is falling apart, we need a new patio. So I've been putting that, I'm printing out pictures and getting them so I can start getting my vision board together. So there's still a couple more things to do that I need to put on there, but little by little, and that is my why. My house. Me.
So good. And if you read what Brooke said, it's so true. Your why gets to be about you. Like usually it starts that way and it evolves and it can go into other things, like you said, giving and everything. Like it can be whatever you need your why to be.
Speaking of Brooke, you want to share your why?
Sure. Okay, so my why, I've had a bunch of them. So my first why was to have less anxiety and more energy. And then I realized that once I got out of my pride and egotistical self, I realized that if I shared that I didn't have to be the primary breadwinner of my family from an office, that I could be at home. So as a family nurse practitioner, I'm married to a teacher, and that was never going to be in the cards for us. So I thought, what if I could cut back? So I started to share and swallowed my pride. And then I cut back. And then I thought, what if this is it? Like, what if this is my ticket out of, and I loved my job, you guys. I'm still a full-on nerd. Like I have text messages of cellulitis and some kids cut on my, like I do it for free. Like, here's my phone consult tonight. Like, I still love what I do, but I'm not in an office all day, every day away from my kids. I'm doing it on my terms from the bleachers of my kids' basketball game. That's how my life rolls right now. So then I worked myself out of that job. And then I thought, so what if my husband wants to retire? Like, what does full-time freedom look like for our family? And this last year with COVID, he's a teacher and he didn't want to go back. And y'all, he didn't go back. So we're a full-time stay-at-home family who have gotten to, just be with our kids. And it's been amazing. So my why has evolved. And I can tell you, if I stopped with anxiety and energy, I would quit a long time ago. If I stopped with working myself out of my job, I would have quit a long time ago. But it gets to look different and it gets to evolve. Now I want to create financial abundance for generations to come and for my team as well. And I want my kids, like Megan said, I want them to know, like my husband said the other day, I'm going to get really vulnerable with you guys. He said, our kids need to know this isn't normal, like that moms and dads don't stay home. And I said, no, they get to know that it is normal. Like it gets to be normal for families to accept abundance and step into their greatness. It gets to be normal if you want to show your kids what is possible. Don't put that on your kids. Don't put a lid on them. Don't say, this isn't normal. Don't do that to them. I was born in poverty and scarcity, and my parents still live in it. And they are so uncomfortable with what I make and what I do and how I breathe life into people and how I forgive people. And I love them abundantly. Don't do that to your babies. So it's about teaching the rest of the world to do what we do, because this gets to feel normal. This feels freaking good, y'all. This gets to be normal.
Yes, Wesley. Boom. That's so true. And I think that, like whoever said, like, we don't get to put a lid on our kids' creativity either. Like, if they want to do something powerful where they're able to work from home and things like that, we have to drive that and move that for them and not be like, no, you need to go and work a 9-to-5 job. Like, so good. Anybody else really quick? And then I have something after. Okay, I gave everybody a pause, but I want you to know, one, exactly, how is everybody feeling after hearing other people's whys? Did that just like motivate you and empower you and give you more drive for yours? Like, I know it did for mine already. Like, it's something that we all need to do more often. You know, when we're in a funk, where we're in a roller coaster, where it's not going up, but we're in the down, you know, what inspires us is other people. What inspires us is events. What inspires us is having Zoom calls like this with other people, and hearing their journeys and their whys and their struggles and everything. Like, this is what's powerful about this business is we get to do it, like Brooke said, in our pajamas at home with our kids and all the things. And so hearing everybody else's why motivates us. But I don't want you to go away from this call, be like, wow, that was great, and then not do anything. Like, you have to have tangible things to put into action steps to move forward to do. So I'm going to go into that second, because I feel led to do this video first. And it was hilarious that, who was it? Somebody shared a video in the comments, and I had shared with Wesleigh earlier. I said, I'm going to show this video, and it's almost like it, but it's powerful. So I'm going to share my screen. Do not look at my hoarding tabs, because I have a lot of tabs, y'all, because I forget my stuff. That's just my life. And I condensed it. Kasha was like, I'm going to be proud of you if you do. And there was at least 100 more. So just be proud. Okay. So I'm going to share this, and I want you to listen and really just hold on to this and listen.
Every single day in Africa, it doesn't make a difference if you're a lion or a gazelle. When the sun comes up, if you're a gazelle, you wake up with this notion that I must outrun the lion if I'm going to survive. Listen to me. The gazelle is running. The gazelle is afraid. The gazelle understands that if it does not stop running, or if it stops running, it's going to die. I saw the gazelle stop. It's not being chased. It's not being pushed. So I saw it. I said, ooh, the lion does not need to be pushed. The lion does not need anything external. That thing that it needs is inside. Some of us in this room, if you don't have a reward, if you're not self-motivated, you're not self-regulated, you don't have that thing inside of you that pushes you, that alarm clock still has to get you up. Why? Because your passion is not waking you up. You don't need anything to push you. Your goals are going to push you. Your dreams are going to push you. The opportunity of a lifetime that happens in this particular time frame is going to push you. It's going to drive you. It's going to make you better. You're going to have to fight and fight and fight till you can't fight anymore. I will do whatever I have to do to get to the other side, to make it over, to press through this. Nothing will hold me back. Nothing will stop me. Your dreams are waiting on you. Your goals are waiting on you. Your future, you are waiting on you. So quit wasting time complaining, moaning, being depressed, stressed. Snap out of it. No, it's not always glory and fame. But if you push through those times, the sun will rise on your life. You will reach the top of that mountain. Each and every one of us has something that this world needs. And only you can flip that switch.
Oh my. So when I saw that, I was like, I've got to share it, because we can talk why all day long, and we can talk about, okay, this drives me, this is what motivates me, this is whatever, but it's also like, what are we going to do to make it happen? And so I always encourage my team knows this, but you guys don't, that on Wesley's team. So I highly recommend you guys, you have some homework, but I want you to share it with your sponsor, and then encourage you to share it with your sponsor too, so your upline, so that you have that extra accountability to share your why with somebody different. Then the other thing I encourage you to do, share it with an accountability partner. Find somebody that is going to be your alarm clock when you don't want to wake up. Find somebody that's going to help motivate you when you're not motivated, so that why doesn't stop. and be that person for them as well, because we all have that. And I highly recommend doing that, finding that accountability partner, if not one, for sure two. The next thing that I want you to do is I want you to write it down, physically write down why. Like, I know some had big picture stuff, right? But do the baby steps. Like, okay, this month I want to do this so that I can reach that next step. This month I want to do that. I want you to do a top 10. Like, what does 2021 look for you? Top 10 things. Like, here's my why. These are the 10 things that I want to happen this year. And if there's not 10, that's fine. Whatever there is, make those goals reality and put it into paper. Practice it and put it on paper, and then tell somebody about it. So you have that. And then I always encourage my team to either put it somewhere you're going to see daily, put it on your screensaver, put it on your mirror in your bathroom with an expo marker saying, like, this is my why, this is my goals. You have to see it daily, because if not, it gets muddled, right? It gets lost. You know, our why isn't right in front of us all the time, then we forget about it, especially if you don't have that accountability partner going, where are you, Cassie? Hey, I haven't seen you post today. I didn't see you on team calls. Where are you? Right? You have to find that somebody. And sometimes it's hard to find that somebody. I guarantee it, but you're going to find it, and God will have the right person for you. So you already have a big family here. You have our team, we have your team, all the things. Highly recommend you guys doing that. So goal and homework is to write down your why. Share it with your sponsor, and share it with your sponsor's sponsor, your uplines, and find an accountability partner. So who is up for that task? Okay, make sure it's written down, and I cannot wait to see it. I would love to see it. Even if you're not on my team, it motivates me to see everybody's why, and it's written down, and it's like in bold. I mean, when I went for Emerald, y'all, I had Emerald everywhere, because I kept telling myself every single day it was going to happen. Even when the roller coaster was down, y'all, I did not see it happening. I believed it to my core. And that's what we have to get back to at. What do you believe to your core is going to happen, even though the odds are against you? Even though things around you are like, nope, that's not happening, girl. No, it can. You just have to believe it, and you have to believe it here the most. So cannot wait to see everybody's homework. Wesley, do you have anything else that we didn't touch on?
The only thing I'm going to add is what we also get to do, you guys, is we get to reach out to our team, people on our team that are not on this call, and help them find their why, and help them like dig deep. And those of us that are sponsors on this call, of other people on this call, like, we'll do the same thing, but asking those questions, like, what will it feel like when this happens? What will that mean for your family? Like, all the things to help them dig deep and really get to the heart of the why. So that's what we get to do. In addition to setting our own why, we get to help our teams identify theirs. So, all right, I think that's all I got. Did you want to do the wheel thingy? Okay, I'm going to keep talking for a second.
Okay, good. I'm adding another tab, and I'm getting the wheel thingy up. So you keep going.
Okay. I'm looking through. Yes. So Brooke said she loves seeing the bigger Plexus family come together as one. I am loving this as well. And I would love if all of us could connect beyond this, because, yeah, we can never have enough Plexus family. But for sure, dig deep into your why and help your team do the same. And share this call with them. They'll be inspired too. I know a lot of you were saying in the chats that you were inspired, and that this really spoke to you. And so share it with your team. So Cassie is putting all your names in a wheel thingy. I don't know what it's called. Random name generator or something to that effect. To do a giveaway, because you guys are here and you stayed on the whole time. I am going to gift one of you guys with, drumroll, the newest product. So I don't know how many of you have tried the cleanser. I just recently started using it, and I love it so far. And I have two of them. I have one in my shower for the mornings, and one in my next to my sink for the evenings, because you wash your face twice a day. So If you already have one, you'll have another one. If not, you'll get to try the new product because it's super awesome and it goes great with the other Joy products. So we will all be glowing and looking awesome. So does anybody else have anything they want to share while Cassey is getting the names put in? Sam loves the new cleanser. Awesome.
Poor Cassey, she's just typing away over there. I just wanted to say thank you for doing this call. I have struggled the last month and a half to make myself connect, and I knew I needed to do it and put everything on my calendar and all the links on my calendar and all the alarms to get on the calls, and then I always found an excuse. And so I just want to thank you for doing this. It was awesome. I'm glad I kicked myself and made myself get out of the bathtub in time to make this call. So it was fabulous.
Yeah. You're welcome. And thank you for getting on. Thank you to all of you for getting on and investing in yourselves. So that's awesome.
I want to add something really quick too. If you didn't bookmark that link that I sent you, I really suggest you guys all do this. I put it in my team page. I actually saw this video at a teacher professional development, talking about like what motivates us to be teachers and things like this. So the quote that I'm hoping Cassie's still working because okay. So
I clicked on
I want you to bookmark or copy and paste that somewhere and watch it because you guys, it is so powerful. Like I had tears in my professional development. And everyone's like, oh my God, what's wrong with her? But it's because I related it to Plexus and why we're doing what we're doing. So the quote that I want to leave you with is actually at the end of the video. And it is, when you know your why, your what has more impact because you are walking in or towards your purpose. So I highly, highly suggest you guys watch that video.
Love it. Okay, this is a new one. Anyway, it'll be fine. I typed as fast as I could, so sorry if your names look funky or whatever. But I am proud of you guys for coming on, and I know that it definitely pushed a lot of us, and I feel like we have a lot more purpose now. Like I know I do. I'm refueled. Like this always refuels me. So anyway, I'm going to, hopefully I don't see everybody's names over there. Let me see if this works. Oh. Okay, that's wrong. Hang on. Add segment. There's no Justin on here, so hang tight.
Yay, Justin.
Here we go. I know, right? Justin, you're a winner.
Here we go.
You're here. Okay. So I had to click the ag segments. I had never done this one before. So everybody's in pretty color rainbow. Let's do this one more time. Yay! Look at you. Good job, Brooke. Justin Brooke. No,
let's draw one more winner.
Oh, darn it. Okay, hang on.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Hang tight. Let me get it back up. And I'm going to share my screen. Sharing. Okay, doing it again. And click. I don't like that noise. Yay! Awesome.
All right, awesome, Sarah.
Thank you so much.
Congrats, everyone.
Right. Sarah said in the comments that she needed this call because she's got her why for the products, but not for the business. So we'll be having a conversation.
Yes.
All right. Well, awesome. Thank you so much. Cassey, do you have anything to leave us with?
Nope. I just can't wait to see your whys. Make sure take even 10 minutes tonight to do that tonight. Because we all know sometimes we were like, oh, I'm just going to do it tomorrow. Try to set 5 or 10 minutes to literally write it down tonight if you can. It's only going to take a few minutes. So I'm excited for you guys and can't wait to connect again. You guys are now family. So
I'll just leave you with, since Megan left you with a quote, I'm going to misquote it, but Les Brown says something to the effect of, when you know your why, the how becomes easy. So focus on that why and you're going to figure out how to do it, how to get to that why. So that's all we got. Talk to you later, guys. Thanks for getting on. Bye, guys.